Finally, we have a brave Republican senator in Florida willing to take a stand on crimes against humanity and with penalties, once again proving this is not a conspiracy theory. So the human race has been frustrated by chemtrails, not only seeing them, documenting them, but being harmed by them. Not just us as humans, but the Earth all want to thank Garcia for the bravery of introducing this bill. The hypocrisy of keeping the Earth clean by paying for the ridiculous green initiatives when they have to hide what they are doing in plain sight. Oh boy, Bill Gates is going to be mad with this one. They need to stop playing God. God's Earth is perfectly fine without evil humans trying to pretend that they are trying to help, when in secret is destroying it and us. Now, we already know Tennessee has banned chemtrails with their own bill, although people have reported to me in my videos they are still spraying there. As this bill moves forward, I will be keeping my eyes on it and giving you any updates. On November 20th of 2024, Florida Senator out of the Miami area, Alina Garcia, introduced a bill, SB 56, which states weather modification activities and is set to take effect on July 1st, 2025. Now, looking through her X account on her most recent posts, the first one regarding this bill, she shared an article that the Gateway Pundit wrote, along with photos of chemtrails, titled, "A Florida Republican Senator has introduced SB 56, a bill that aims to prohibit weather modification activities within the state. Violators could face stiff penalties, including fines of up to $10,000 and potential misdemeanor charges." Also, in this article, they share that 2 representatives from New Hampshire also introduced the Clean Atmosphere Preservation Act, which includes polluting, harmful emissions, and cloud seeding, or weather modification activities, and associated electromagnetic radiation. They also shared Marjorie Taylor Greene's post that states, yes, they can control the weather. It's ridiculous for anyone to lie and say it can't be done. Then Garcia shared which looks like an email she received from someone with an X post attached that states, "This is what I saw this morning. I couldn't find this plane on the flight tracker. Sunday at 7:38 a.m. December 1st of 2024. Since you have a bill moving forward, I wanted to share with you the sky was peppered with trails this morning." The X post says, why? This shit is all over the sky this morning, and when I went to the flight tracker, I couldn't find this plane. Garcia's reply on X was, "Thank you for the remarkable response to Bill SB 56 on weather modification. I truly appreciate the constructive input and respectful dialogue from everyone who's reached out. As a leader in the community, I'm committed to addressing the real issues affecting our communities. As a mother, daughter, and community member, I care deeply about our neighborhoods. I look forward to taking our challenges and turning them into meaningful discussions and working together to shape impactful policies. I welcome your continued engagement." And keep in mind, this is the same day that I released my video of chemtrails raging in Southwest Florida, so they must have been all over the state. Maybe I should send her all of the video links showing all of the activity in Southwest Florida, but I'm sure she already knows. She also shared a post from Concerned Citizen on X, which is the same account that Kennedy replied to that I always post in my chemtrail videos, where Kennedy said, "We are going to stop this crime." This post states, "Florida become the latest state following a number of others to pass legislation banning weather modification. Imagine still thinking it's just a conspiracy at this point in time now. Go outside, look up, and you can see it for yourself," and shares a screenshot of an article from Florida's Voice about the bill. Garcia then posted a statement on the bill which states, quote, "The bill repeals outdated provisions related to the weather modification law, including definitions, licensing requirements, and the processes for applying for and issuing licenses. Specifically, it prohibits actions intended to influence temperature, weather patterns, or sunlight intensity within our state's atmosphere. In summary, this legislation enhances our regulatory framework to prevent misuse. It is crucial for us to engage in this conversation, as our constituents deserve to know that their government is taking their concerns seriously and is committed to responsible oversight." End of quote. She also posted a link to a Newsweek article titled, "Florida Introduces a Bill to Ban Weather Modification." Off topic, but is it just me or does Garcia look like Sandra Bullock? Now, what's funny about this article that in the middle, it talks about conspiracy theories. Quote, The chemtrails conspiracy refers to the belief that the government or another secretive organization is using chemicals to modify the weather to extreme ends. The conspiracy argues that the government uses aircraft to spread chemicals and metals into the sky to control the weather, and that this is visible in the white lines left behind by aircraft in the sky. There are even claims that Hurricanes Milton and Helene, which devastated Florida, were chemically manipulated. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has debunked claims that anyone can control hurricanes. This theory is not backed up by any evidence. The white lines from planes are actually called condensation trails or contrails. They are produced when water vapor from jet fuel combustion freezes at high altitudes. The language of the Weather Modification Activities Bill specifically is reference to chemicals and chemical compounds, suggests that this bill could be referring to the chemtrails conspiracy. End quote. I'm sorry, but stop covering for the evil people and their evil doing, or else you have associated yourself as one of the evil ones. It's getting a bit ridiculous and I'm so sick of it. They also said in the article, quote, alongside the post, she included a photo from a Florida local who spotted condensation trails and argued they were chemtrails. They are not condensation or contrails. I've recorded videos of contrails. Contrails disappear within seconds. Chemtrails do not. As I show in all of my videos, they stay in the sky for hours, almost morphing themselves into fake clouds and polluting our environment. So unless you spend 2 hours watching the dimming to get actual scientific evidence because they sampled the chemtrails from the sky, showing the chemicals that are from these chemtrails, maybe you should just shut your mouth. And that makes you the conspiracy theorist. You are the liars. You are the problem. And we are the conspiracy realists. Period. Nice try, losers. Now on the bill, on page 2, it says the injection, release, or dispersion by any means of a chemical compound, a substance, or an apparatus into the atmosphere within the borders of this state for the express purpose of affecting the temperature, the weather, or the intensity of sunlight is prohibited. A person who conducts a weather modification operation in violation of this section commits a misdemeanor of the second degree, punishable as provided in S775.082 and by a fine not exceeded of $10,000. And if the corporation commits a misdemeanor of a second degree, punishable by a fine not exceeding $10,000. Each such violation is a separate offense. Now, depending on how many separate offenses these people could be charged with, because it could be multiple, being how many chemicals are used and how many times you've done it, I believe this might not be steep enough. The pilots that run these chemtrails get paid about just that amount of $10,000 just for one flight, if not more. And a misdemeanor is also not enough. These are crimes against humanity. If you harm or kill one person, you could go to jail for life. So how is harming a massive population only get you a misdemeanor? And not just humans, but animals, plant life, our soil to grow their food and our food. The punishment is weak and should be adjusted. But hey, who am I to judge? I'm a Libra. So the scales of justice weigh heavy here only on one side. And as usual, that's the side of evil. But God always wins in the end. Trump and Kennedy are his anointed ones. Until then, we must keep the faith in God. Ask him for strength and patience. Justice is coming, my friends.